Hello everyone, Daisy here with day 3 of the 12 days of spring with Daisy and Christy. Christy is Christy's Beautiful Life here on YouTube. If you weren't aware, I have a link to her channel down below. And day 3 is three bunnies. So I am starting out with this cut file that I got off of the Silhouette Design store. And I right now am backing this on this is jelly bean soup paper, and actually it's not going to end up staying. So I am currently putting all the bits back into the letters so that the centers of the O's and the P's are in the right place. And I do leave this in because it was part of my process. I thought I was going to use the background paper that you see there and what I have the cut file backed on, but that all changes here in just a second. So I was having problems. So I have problems with themed layouts. They kind of give me anxiety, and I'm not sure why, but and on top of that, I'm going through the biggest creative slump I think I've ever been in. So I just really was not liking where the layout was going, so I decided to change it up. So I used a piece of white cardstock, and this cardstock is just from Walmart. It's like a $5 pack of just snow white textured cardstock, and I used some acrylic paint in 3 different colors and just slapped it on with a paintbrush, and then decided to put my bunny directly on top of it. And I have to say I like this a lot better. And so while I was creating this layout, I kind of was channeling my inner Christy. What would Christy do if she was making this layout? So I kind of used her as my inspiration. I didn't use a specific layout or anything, but just her general style. So I decided to kind of go with that. And so I have these 2 pictures of my oldest daughter when she was younger, and it was Easter, and she's dressed up pretty and she's hopping like a bunny. So I thought that this would be perfect. And I'm just cutting them down so that they fit nicer in the little space that I have here. And I really like how this cut file is on the painted background. It really pops for me, and I enjoy that. So in my last day 2 with the bikes, I did some creative counting. This time I decided not to do that. I'm like, I have to get 3 bunnies on here. So I have this other cut file, and this is from, I don't know, I don't think it's a new artist on Silhouette store, and I can't for the life of me remember what the artist's name is, but they're hand drawn, and I really love these little bunnies. They're so stinking cute. So I am using 2 of them, and they're attached to an Easter egg, and I'm just cutting the egg off and then backing them with this gray scrap of paper. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of losing my voice today. I'm not really sure what's going on, so I'm sorry if it sounds kind of funny. But I'm just backing this, and I'm a little off screen just because I, have to hold it up close so I can see what I'm doing. I lost my little precision scissors, so I have to use my gigantic, I have these scissors, you can see them right there, and they are, let's see, 5.5 inch long, heavy duty household scissors, and I love them for most things, but for making little precision cuts, they are not really what you should use. But, you make it work. So I'm putting these 2 tiny bunnies around the layout here, and just adhering these down a little bit more. Some of the little pieces didn't quite stick. And then, the struggle is real because I just could not make a decision to save my life. I wanted to back these photos on something, and I wasn't sure what, so I think that's what I'm off doing, and I probably should have cut part of this out. I'm looking for a couple of options on what I can put behind my photo. And so I decide on this. It's a light blue Simple Stories paper, and it has little like flowers on it that have rainbow color centers, like different colored centers for each flower, and I thought that would work out perfectly because it would bring in all the other colors from the paint. And just trimming that down, and then I don't think I add anything else behind the photos. I think that ends up being my only layer behind the photos, which is not really channeling my inner Christy, I know. But once I got started, then I was using her as my muse, and then once I got started, I kind of went off and did my own thing. So I am going to find a piece of paper because I didn't want to do like an outline on this layout. I wanted to do more of a like a background, but because the bunny is so far over to one side, like I wanted to do the way Christy does it sometimes, where she kind of does a background paper on two sides of her layout, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm explaining that really well. So I'm going to pick out a paper for that. But first, I have this fabric washi tape, and I think I got it from, I'm guessing, Peachy Cheap, because I have like 7 rolls of it in different colors, and it was perfect. It was like little floral print, and so I decided to use a little bit on here. And then I'm using some Spiegel Mom scrap sequins, and I'm using a couple of different mixes here. Sparkle Power, Girly Glitter, and then I think I have some from Peacock Strut. I had spilled some, and so they just ended up in this little tin, so I thought, hey, I'll just get some of these used up, and I'm just putting them on the bunny cut file in just a couple of places to add some sparkle. And I'm just using the Hop 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 as my title because I don't really need anything else. That's explaining exactly what's happening in the photo. Excuse me. And then I am going to pull in a floral piece of paper for the background kind of layer, and that's also from Simple Stories, I believe, and it just adds the perfect addition to this layout. So I want to thank you so much for watching. You should definitely head on over and check out Christy's layout, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye!